Hello again, everyone. Today's video I'm gonna be discussing all about rune management. You may have seen the previous video where I discussed what runes you should use, what runes you should keep, what sort of sets you should build on your units and stuff like that. How different monster scaling works, what stats are the best on them. For this video, I'll be discussing a scenario where your rune storage is basically filling up and you need to delete some of them to make space. And this video is basically guided at the point of making sure you do not delete the useful stuff and only delete the stuff you will never need, as well as to not gatekeep your progress any further. Since I know back from the Summer as well as Sky Arena days, a lot of people like to keep their old runes just because they're powered up or just because they're on some kind of a unit or something like that. And this really ruins a lot of people's progress, since they keep on these runes or simply don't know when to progress towards a better rune, and they end up with a storage of like thousands of runes and not use like 800 of those ever. So I'll be making this list in stages. So based on the progress you are currently making, you can decide where you are at that level, and from that level decide what you should keep gradually. And by the time you go to the next level, you will be able to come back to this video, see which runes you should delete, and only keep the ones that are important. So to start with, for everyone who still cannot farm 5-star runes, so if you are not able to do any of the dungeons level 10 or above, I believe, yeah, no, at level 9 you get 5-star runes already. So yeah, if you can only do level 8 for any of the dungeons and can't progress any further, so this is mostly guided at you. See which dungeon is the highest you can do and check the grade of the runes that you get from it. For example, if you can only do level 5 and you see that you get 3-star runes, you should, first of all, rune up your dungeon team. Second of all, rune up any other unit that you might use for any other content, and plan on not changing any runes. So for example, if you need a specific team for arena, rune up your arena team and leave it there, then go to Kairos, see maybe you need a specific team to clear this dungeon, root it up and leave it there. Once you roomed up all of your important units that you need for daily gameplay, uh, check which grade you can check which rune grade you can get at best. So say you are level, you can do level 5, you get 3-star runes. Go to your rune management page and delete all 1-star, 2-star runes, and I mean all of them. Do not leave any runes like that. So for example, as you can see, yeah, you can choose, these are slots now, 1-star, 2-star. This will show all unequipped runes, so you won't be deleting any of the runes that are already on your units, even if there is 2-star. You disassemble all of them, and from there on, keep on farming the dungeon till you get good 3-star runes to upgrade your units and be able to progress to further levels. As you can see, 6, maybe you can do 6, you can still need. Once you move to level 7, for example, you start getting 4-star runes. So once you are at this level, go to your rune management page, recheck all units that you are currently using that are runed up, change the runes if necessary, since you got a lot of new 3-star runes. Once you are done with the rune management, you should go back to the disassemble page and select all 3-star runes. You will see all of them here. As you can see, I have some selected, but when I go to disassemble them, the ones that I equipped won't show up. So there's no chance you will disassemble them by accident. And the same applies once you reach 5-star ones. So after you are able to do 7 and 8, you get 4-star runes. Once you move to level 9, it doesn't have to be this dungeon, you can do any dungeon. As long as you do any dungeon and you are able to do a certain level to get 5-star runes, this applies. Once you get to level 9 of any dungeon, you start getting 5-star runes. So you do the same. You go to your monsters, you review all of the monsters, you rune them if needed with the new runes you acquired, and go back to the rune management page, go for disassemble, 4 stars. You can see I'm getting a lot of these runes from those quests that I'm doing, so I'm yet to delete them. You should only delete runes once you are running out of space. If you are not running out of space but still have those lower grade runes, you can keep them. I will only recommend doing them once you run out of space, and if you do not feel like increasing the rune space for yourself. I increased mine a few times since I do plan on keeping quite a few 5-star runes. But once they fill up, do the same thing with 4-star runes. And now we move to the next checkpoint. This is where you are able to already get 5-star runes, and the 5-star runes are the highest grade runes in this game so far. Once you get 5-star runes and all of the 1 to 4-star ones are disassembled, you will be starting to disassemble 5-star runes, and you'll need to do only these specific ones. Of course, every time I say disassemble the runes, only do it when you are almost out of space. So don't do it earlier. You might need some kind of rune, and this is basically just to save us space once you have no other option. Once you have disassembled all 1 to 4-star runes, you go to 5-star. You select main property, will be either attack, def, or HP. You'll need to do this for all 3 of them. And you'll need to select slots 2, 4, and 6. This is because slots 2, 4, and 6 can have the same substats but in percentage values, and as your monsters get stronger, the percentage stats simply give more overall stats. So the flat runes should never be used. So once you get that, you can see main property attack. So you have I believe you can, this is somewhere from here, right? Yeah. You go for 5-star runes, slot 2, select another rune set, main property, make sure it's not sub-property, sub-properties are okay. You have to do the main property. You see that I have a, let me check the rune, yeah, flat attack. I will never use that, disassemble. Do the same thing for slot 4 and slot 6. Select all of these flat runes, disassemble. Then do the same for defense. As you can see, just make sure that it selects all of the correct ones. Yeah, all flat defs, disassemble, and same for HP. This, you will be getting a lot of these if you haven't completed the quests yet, as well the dungeons will be dropping a lot of these. Yeah, once you are done with these, we are moving to the last checkpoint, is where you are already getting only good main stats and only 5-star runes. From there on, you'll want to start deleting them based on sub-properties and grades. So deselect these. You can have 5-star selected, but it's not important. You'll want to delete all blue runes. This is because all of these grades will determine how many substats you have. So basically, normal runes will not have any substats. These medium runes will have 1 substat. Let me move the filtering. Yeah, as you can see, green ones will have 1 substat, blue ones will have 2, purple ones will have 3. I mean, this one is powered up, but either way. And the legend ones will have 4 substats. And basically, you delete the white runes first, because without substats, you can only get basically 4 extra stats when you power them plus 20, not plus 10, plus 12. Whereas, for example, if you get the legendary rune, you already have 4 stats and you get 4 power-ups on those stats. As well as it's easier to determine which stats you will have, since you are not getting any new stats. So yeah, once you get 5-star runes and you are able to farm them and no flats are left, start deleting these. So go for all normal. I'm at this stage yet. I haven't progressed to this yet, since I'm still keeping a few green runes for some of the units. Once you are done with once you get all like blue runes, for example, hero runes, you can start slowly deleting green runes. and gradually move on to the rare runes. I would say do not delete any hero or legend runes for now, since 3 and 4 stats are not a huge difference, and it mostly will depend on the not the main stats, the substats that you have. Uh, I don't have a lot of those runes. Yeah, I believe that might be the only purple rune that I have that is 5-star. So yeah, I'm still using green and blue runes. Once you move away from those, you will, in the end game, you'll be mostly left with the hero and legendary runes. And once this is done, yeah, you will, by the time you are using only purple runes, you will know how to play the game, and this guide will definitely not be useful to you. So yeah, that's about it, and see you.